right, yeah, we good.
Con.
All right, yeah, we good. Okay.
Con. All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First off, we want to start off by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai,
Bye.
Bahashim Ruach. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I want to send much love into the brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. And also, I want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And we are two brothers from the GMS Houston camp, back with another Thursday live through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, in hopes to edify the elect and to keep you brothers and sisters up to date on the current prophecies and just breaking down these scriptures the right way, man. Okay? We have a few things lined up through the spirit, man. All right, concerning the MOTB, concerning this up and coming economic collapse, concerning the situation over there inside of Europe, concerning the I said the MOTB, but just the coming prophecies, man. Okay, and if you've been watching the news, you know that things are speeding up, things are tightening up around the earth, man. Esau, he's not BSing around with his NWO. He's trying to implement his NWO, and we've seen it being implemented, man. So what we're going to do in this lesson is just play a few videos, man. I'll read a few articles through the spirit, get some scriptures, all right, to give the sense of these videos and articles. And Lord willing, you brothers and sisters are edified. Brother, you got something to start out with,
Con, just to hit on what you were saying, that we ain't no, and it's getting to the point that even people in the world that say, hey, we're in the end days, Jesus,
right,
but that vibration is being pushed on the earth, right? Because everything is starting to become a greater reality to these people, especially in America, And when reality kick in, that's when prophecy begins to fulfill, because the pleasures get taken away, the comforts get taken away, Again, times gonna get hard, as the brother was saying. We're gonna see more death. We're gonna see more division and hatred. As the scripture says, a time and place for everything. Well, we're clearly at the end of the world, and usually in the movie, the best scene win at the end of the movie. That's why the Lord said, who else? Jeremiah, that is gonna be a time like never before. We're about to see the greatest scenes in this movie, here soon, man. But I'm gonna get this real quick. This is 2nd Ezra 9 and 4. It says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, man. It's clear we're at the end of the world. You got mainstream media talking about the MOTB, putting it out there in the people's faces, already conditioning them. I was thinking about that the other day, because I went to get some gas, right? And it was telling me my car wasn't working, so I had to see the cashier. It says see cashier on the thing. So I had to go up, and the first thing she said, when she was telling people, go ahead and put their chip in. And the next person to come in line, chip, not talking about the MOTB, but on a card. So people are already getting conditioned with these debit cards, credit cards. So when the next phase roll over, the 4th industrial revolution, people already going to be used to it, especially when it be an emergency crisis. That's going to further force the people to get in subjection. It says, even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works and endings in effects and signs. Again, this is the best part of the movie at the end, But you got it, bro.
God, I appreciate it, brother. This is First Peter chapter 4, verse 7. It says, but the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. The end of all things, man. Everything that we see in this current world is at an end, man. There's a certain time for all this wickedness, Esau's rulership, 2/3 being wiped out, the MOTB, all of it has an end time, man. And the Lord is going to make sure that these things are fulfilled and get wiped out, bro. And this is what we're heading at. We're heading towards the end of Esau's system, all right? I know that most Christians think that the world is going to be destroyed completely and it's going to be a brand new earth and a brand new heaven created. No, man. It's talking about the end of Esau's rulership, the end of an age, man, a time period of this devil ruling, man.
Right.
And we're there, okay? If you're paying attention, if you're alert in the spirit, man, you see the end of Esau's rulership, man. This devil, he's wiggling all around the earth, man. He's over there inside of Ukraine. He's in Taiwan. He's still talking noise against Iran. He don't know what he want to do, man. This devil is confused. And the scripture talk about this man being confused inside of his counsels, man. Okay? And so what we're going to do, brothers and sisters, man, and grab a few articles through the spirit, man, grab a few videos, just to speak about these end-time prophecies, man. And what we have pulled up are some major prophecies, okay? World War III, the MOTB, and this economic collapse, man. Okay, which all these things go hand in hand.
Straight up.
But it's going to happen at a particular time, man. So we're going to start out with the MOTB through the spirit, and Lord willing, y'all edify. Go ahead, Doc.
Kind of, we're going to mute out so it don't echo.
Go on.
And let me know when to stop it.
The news clips in this video. Please note, the news clips in this video are dramatizations using an actor.
The UK government will soon be introducing fundamental changes in how money works. The changes are being planned by central banks around the world, including the UK's central bank, the Bank of England. These changes, once introduced, will affect everyone.
So, what are these changes really about? The changes being proposed will mean that you will no longer have full control over your spending. In fact, what they are planning is the replacement of money with something which is fundamentally different. Therefore, it's not just cash they want to remove from the economy, it is money itself. Pay attention, because if the new monetary system is allowed to happen, it will be very difficult to reverse and could mark the beginning of the end of human freedom. In order to explain the changes that are being planned right now for your tomorrow, let's explain a little bit about how your money works today. Let's imagine that John decides to buy his daughter a birthday present from Argos. He chooses the product he wants, then pays £50 using his debit card. You might think that £50 is immediately transferred from John's bank account to Argos's bank account. But this is not what happens. A record is created showing that John's bank owes Argos's bank £50, and John's account will even show that the money has left his account, but the actual transfer of funds does not occur at the time of purchase. John's £50 purchase is one of about 50 million UK transactions that occur every day, and although in each case the account may show that the money has been transferred, the actual movement of funds between the banks only occurs once every day. Every 24 hours, all the payments made to and from each of the UK's 300 plus registered banks are added up to determine how much each bank owes the others. The Bank of England, which is the central bank that all other banks in the system are connected with, derives the total amount that each bank owes and is owed for that day. The Bank of England then intermediates and exchanges funds between all the other banks. So the Bank of England does not know anything about John or the £50 he spent on his daughter. John's money is just a tiny part of a huge transfer of funds. This means that the only organization that can see what John does with his money is his own bank. The central bank cannot see what John spends his money on or when he spends it, and John's bank is under an obligation not to share details of his spending with anyone. This means that, rightly, there is a good degree of anonymity and privacy over what John decides to spend his money on. This, in turn, means that a government or central authority, such as the Bank of England, cannot directly restrict John when he uses his debit card, because it has no visibility of what John is doing with his money. If John had paid for the present with £50 of cash, then the purchase would be completely anonymous. Nobody, including John's bank, would know what he had spent his money on. So cash transactions are truly anonymous, and debit card transactions have a high degree of anonymity because only your bank can know about them. So what is this new system? The name of the new system is called Central Bank Digital Currency, or CBDC. It sometimes has other names, such as smart money. Here's how it works. Let's imagine that John, again, decides to buy his daughter a birthday present from Argos. His mobile phone has a smart money wallet or app on it, from which he pays £50 for the product. The app communicates directly with the central bank, the Bank of England, and the money is transferred from his digital wallet to Argos's digital wallet in less than a second. The transfer of funds occurs at the time of purchase, and the transaction is recorded and approved by a centralized computer system on a centralized blockchain. A blockchain is a special computer program that records information very reliably and cannot be amended. The centralized computer system runs continuously and can deal with hundreds of transactions per second as they occur throughout the entire economy, processing all of the public's purchases being made by millions of digital wallets. This sounds fantastic and is so much quicker and simpler than the old system. But there is a fundamental difference, which is that all transactions are centralized in real time as they happen. In other words, one system will be able to know about every single digital transaction in the economy as the transactions occur. This is the critical difference with the new digital monetary system that everyone needs to be aware of. All transactions are centralized in real time as they happen. The people who are planning this new system have made it clear that it would be useful, in their eyes, to use artificial intelligence algorithms in real time to block certain public transactions for a range of different reasons. So, what does this mean for John? Let's just say there is another lockdown and the government want to stop the public moving about the country. With this new system, they could introduce a simple change. That would mean John's wallet would only work if he was located within a certain distance of his own home. Argos is 2 miles from John's house, and he decides to go and buy his daughter a birthday present. He attempts to pay £50 for the product with the app. The app communicates directly with the Bank of England's computer system, and the system rejects John's payment before it is made, because the system knows that John is 2 miles from his own home, and John's wallet has been limited to spending within just 1 mile. John cannot now buy anything unless he moves closer to his own home. His money is now useless if he wants to go anywhere. Why doesn't John just use cash? That would be a good solution for John as long as cash is still in use. So, how might this new system be introduced?
The Prime Minister called an emergency meeting today to discuss the unprecedented slide into economic recession in the UK and global economies. Inflation is out of control, and high interest rates are causing thousands of house repossessions. All cash points and over-the-counter cash services are now frozen, and millions of people face losing their life savings as a number of high street banks are declared insolvent. The government and the Bank of England are accelerating the introduction of a new central bank digital currency, which all bank customers in the UK will be able to receive in exchange for their existing money, which in many cases is now unobtainable from their bank accounts. The government say that the new digital money will help the economy recover from recession and will be used to bail out public and corporate money currently held in millions of bank accounts by banks that are at the point of collapse.
That's enough about. Yeah, man. So as you heard here in this video, all right, you see the level of control that the elites will have over your life, man. They will be able to tell you what you can buy. They'll be able to tell you what you can't buy. And which areas that you can, spend money in, man. You will not have the liberties to just buy things and do what you want to do as you're doing right now. This is serious business, man. Okay, and the brothers, got an article, okay, about this cashless society and how the World Economic Forum want to set up this, carbon footprint thing, which we talked about, I believe like 2 weeks ago. But this is a level of control that Esau is coming with in the earth, man. Okay, with this fourth industrial revolution, this MOTB, man, it's going to be very, very brutal. A lot of people gonna bug out, bro. Especially Americans. Americans are used to doing what they want to do, buying what they want to buy. And so being told that they can't buy 5 cheeseburgers, that they're gonna be an issue. Especially for the nigga woman. Okay, she's a gluttonous individual. You will not be able to buy what you want to buy, man. Your carbon footprint will be tracked, man. Esau gonna say, go buy a grasshopper burger, okay, or a cricket burger.
Right.
That's what we had, man. This devil is the devil, bro. All right, this MOTB about to be real deal harsh, man. But you people, y'all gonna buy down. The vast majority, you're gonna buy down to this new system, all right, this CBDC, and Esau gonna control your life, man. And you better behave correctly, okay? If you're a troublemaker, Esau gonna freeze your account, man. And you won't be able to do anything. All right? Go ahead, brother.
Come on. And like I said in this video right here, he went a little too far out his boundaries. He couldn't. His money ain't work. Just like the times we coming, there's gonna be lockdowns and traffic stops. But sometimes when you get the MOTB, it might not work in other locations. But let's get into this though. So this from Blacklisted News. It says the Great Reset. Klaus Schwab's WEF has plans to implement a carbon allowance that will restrict what you do, buy, and eat. And you can chime in whenever. I'll blow it up. So it says in his book, in his 2020 book, The Denial, journalist Ross Clark describes a dystopian future in which everything we buy or do has a carbon CO2 value. And I remember last week, I believe it was, we showed a few restaurants already on their menus. They got the CO2 on side to tell you how much carbon it is that you intaking in a certain meal, or that you put out in from using a certain or eating a certain meal. So these things are already in the works. It says, and each household or individual has a carbon allowance, which is the maximum amount of CO2 they are allowed to use each month. And I got that word for carbon footprint real quick right here in Google. It says the amount of carbon dioxide and other carbon compounds emitted due to the consumption of fossil fuels by a particular person or group. So your movement around the earth, the energy you putting out. They're trying to limit where people go. What 2 Ezra 15 is, what that is, 15, when it say a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Ultimately, it's going to be a time when troops going to be out as well. But this may be one of the causes for that certain situation. You can't go into a city because your carbon don't allow it. You already use your, it said this month. Look, what they allow each month. So it says no household or individual is allowed to exceed their CO2 allowance unless they are a part of the elites who, of course, have no restrictions on their CO2 use. I jump down. It says on September 14, 2022, Klaus Schwab, World Economic Forum, published an article titled My Carbon, an Approach for Inclusive and Sustainable Cities. And I read a little bit of what it's talking about. I go to this on part 2. It says the fourth industrial revolution. In this part, the authors discuss how advances in technology allow our individual carbon emissions to be quantified and tracked. Here's a section. Fourth industrial revolution technology breakthroughs is advances in emerging technologies like AI, blockchain, digitization. Digitization can enable tracking person's carbon emissions. And here give you kind of example of it. And it says there is a significant number of programs and applications enabling citizens to contribute towards carbon emissions by providing them in-depth awareness on the choices of personal carbon for food, transport, home energy, and lifestyle choices. In other words, they're going to form you into how to live. Again, going back to that TV show, Black Mirror, when they had your social credit scores. Like we went on to the lesson last week, what that was, China, form you to what you eat. That's why Bill Gates and them talking about the grasshopper burgers or the fake food. They want you to do what because in other words, if you live your life and be free, your God-given rights, as they would say in the earth, you're using too much carbon. You can't do that. It says transport, how you moving around. And they talking about go green. Every car they want to go electric now. It says home energy and lifestyle choices. And it says how carbon allowances will be controlled. In this, Klaus Schwab's World Economic Forum article proposes a model showing how our rulers plan to control our individual carbon usage. It goes into your economic behavior, cognitive awareness, and social norms. And I ended off with this. It says, this falls into 3 main approaches. Economic behavior. It says our rulers will keep increasing the price of carbon so that ordinary people eat less, heat our homes less, buy fewer products, and restrict our travel. And I think we had something, Glenn Beck, going into how, look, Europe will freeze this winter and America can't help. Times getting hard. It says eat less. The food crisis of 2023 is going to be far more worse than people would dare to imagine. So these things are building up. As the brother said, we only got a few prophecies left, right? UK Council goes cashless allegedly to support the switch to digital economy. And all these things go hand in hand. When the economy, the dollar fall, or what other currencies fall, food gonna play a part in that. You see? So we moving on to the next level. Who knows what this year gonna be like? You see? This year was the year to Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai turning up. And it says, as a woman in travail, if I could get that scripture real quick out.
Yeah, man, my thing kicked me off, man.
Damn, you should have called me out, text me or something.
No, bro, it's cool. It's cool. To hell with Satan, man. Yeah, bro.
Let me get this real quick. You got it.
Go ahead, brother. You got it.
2 Ezra 16 and 37, it says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, Great pains compass a wound, and great pains compassing the earth right now. Again, every nation talking about going digital. You got different countries around the world suffering. Europe about to be freezing, blackouts, America blackouts, food crisis. Great pains are compassing this world, man. It says, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. But you got it, bro.
Yeah, man. The things that we're eating now in 2022, they were produced in 2021. But guess what they said? They don't have too much produce for this year, man. So 2023 gonna be harsh, according to Esau. Okay, as the brother read, it's gonna be hard, man. Even the boss of the IMF, they said that 2023 gonna be hard. They said 2022 is hard for a lot of people, but 2023 gonna be way worse. Now, whether or not it come to pass, who knows? But this is what Esau's saying, man. They're saying 2023 gonna be a harsh year, man. Okay? But we understand through prophecy that hard times are gonna come for all of us. Okay? This is serious, man. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna play this video real quick, because what you just said, like everything that we see in stores, they ain't just newly get picked. That was last year's harvest. Ain't nothing got harvest like that this year. And that's what these farmers complaining about. So as the brother saying, 2023 says none was picked this year, ain't gonna be nothing in those stores, man. But I'm gonna play this video real quick. It was on the brother GMS Watchman page. I'm gonna go on mute too.
Guys, it's Sandy. So I just wanted to get on here and read a note, a letter that I got from comment. I don't know what to call it, that I got from someone who watched a video. So a couple videos back, I did a video about warning what the farmers are telling us. And I shared a video within it of what a farmer was saying and how she was saying it's not going to be okay. I got quite a few comments from farmers telling me stuff, and it was eye-opening, because I can watch and see what these farmers are saying, but to actually get the people that are boots on the ground that are experiencing it, that was something that I was just so happy that I heard from some of these farmers, because I want to share it with you. I'm going to share just a few of the comments that I got from that video, and I want to read them to you, because you need to hear what these people are saying who are actually working, you know, in the farm business or working in the grocery store business. I got one of those to share too. I just want to let you know that I'm listening and I want to share this with other people. So I really appreciate those comments. But let me read what this one farmer said. I have 3 things I want to tell you about. And I've also got a can and cheese. I'm going to tell you why I have these, because of the price increase, what I have seen, what I just saw in the grocery store. Okay, so this was from a farmer, and this was off of my video that farmers are sounding the alarm that we need to listen, because food prices are going to increase. I will put that somewhere up here, the video too, link it for you. So this is what this farmer said. As a farmer, I can say she is 100% right. Problem is, people do not understand where their food comes from and are using their grocery store as a gauge for food security. Because when we go to the grocery store, it looks like we have plenty of food because the shelves are full. False security. They will pay dearly for this ignorance, and I am not talking about money. What us farmers grow this year is for next year's consumption. What you are seeing in the stores is from last year's harvest. Across North America, there were crop losses, low yields, and hay losses. This resulted in a downsizing last fall of livestock as farmers were unable to get feed for our livestock for winter. This drove hay and feed prices up. Many small farmers downsized to bare minimum, holding enough breeders for spring. This is why you still see meat on your grocery store. The market was glutted. Last winter, prices soared up again and another downsizing happened. Minimum holding enough breeders for spring and a downsizing last year. What you are seeing in the stores is from last year's harvest. Across North America, there were
Yeah, you got it. That's just the back of what you said. What we see in the stores right now, that was last year. That was picked last year. And these farmers ain't picking that this year. So what you think will be in the stores for 2023? A lack of food and great tribulation. You
Right.
got it.
Right. And when there's a lack of food, guess what? The prices go up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's gonna be harsh, man. Article came out earlier this year, man, when they said bread in the UK gonna be 13 pounds, man, which is like no. They said 10 pounds, which is 13 US dollars. So it's gonna be real, bro. Okay? And most people are not prepared for that. Right? Go ahead, Al.
God, this second Esdras 15, and I'm gonna start at 14. And you can chime in, bro. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men." And this is the next phase that we, Lord willing, about to go through. Because as prices go up, everybody ain't gonna get food. So those who ain't gonna get food, they're gonna be looking for it, man. You go, hey, come to the time you got people out waiting outside of stores. Women ain't gonna better just go to the store no more and come out with a basket full of groceries and packing it in there by yourself. You're gonna have these certain militias. Other people gonna be suffering. And it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. In other words, these citizens, civilians, go get tired of, and Esau. Now he talking about he oppressed, Esau oppressed now. And think about you try to take away Esau's blessing. What he always wanted to do? He wanted to kill after. So these everyday Edomites go want to kill sooner or later. Once they see they so-called white supremacy or rights are being taken away, they gonna start off. Then it's gonna trickle down into other nations and Jake, so on and so forth. You got some up? It says, verse 17: "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." Again, they're gonna have certain checkpoints, lockdowns. But even as we got earlier, that carbon footprint, they're going to track where you is, so on and so forth. And it goes on to say, I ended with this, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation." And this was written thousands of years ago, and we seeing it in articles today, which further tells us the Lord is speaking, man. And we only a couple months left from 2023. This is about to be a year to remember, Lord willing, but you got it out.
Right, yeah, man.
Article, you got precepts, or
yeah, it says lack of bread in the scriptures and great tribulation. That's gonna drive a man to do things that are so-called uncivilized. Do things that are out of the ordinary, man, to feed his family or to feed himself. And as the brother said, you women out there, man, you're gonna really you're gonna really find out real fast that you're not this strong, independent individual, man. And the time that's coming, in the time of 2 Esdras 15, you're gonna need a man. Trust and believe. Because if not, if you don't have a man, you more than likely will be slaughtered or raped. Okay? It's gonna be lawless in these streets, man. And this is what most people can't understand. They don't see America going down, man, okay? They see America having a few hiccups here and there. But they don't see this country collapsing, man. Just like back during the Roman Empire, bro. During the Roman Empire, nobody could see Rome falling, bro. But the rulers and those who had understanding, they knew that Rome was falling. This is why they have bread and circuses going on. To keep the people distracted, man. It's the same thing today. TikTok, Instagram, or the internet overall. Got your minds, man. And Jake is not focused on what's really going on in geopolitics, bro. Go talk to the average Jake about geopolitics. You will frustrate him, bro. But go to the average Jake talking about Lil Durk, a young boy, you know, or the Cowboys. That's what niggas think about and talk about, man. Jake is bugged out. But for us in the faith, we got to continue to watch and pray, man. It's about to get very uncomfortable for a lot of us, okay, for all of us. If you don't got this MOTB, bro, very soon, it's going to be hard to live in this world, man. But if you're serving your house by you're being obedient to the way the Most High, the Lord promised His servants going to eat and drink, man, and be clothed. All right, Yahweh said that as well. It's about to get real very fast. Go ahead,
Kind of real quick. 2 Ezra 16 and 40, it says, "O my people, hear my word and make you ready to the battle." And that's what's happening right now. We hearing the word just like Noah, and that fear fell upon him and he started building. He was preparing himself. The same thing it tell us, flee out of the midst of Babylon, deliver every man his soul. So right now we was warned, we heard the Lord word, right? Struck fear into us, and now we doing what we can to hopefully be saved when all these things come. Right? But just the point, it says, "Oh my people, hear my word." And after we hear this, says, "and make you ready to the battle." And that's the brother going into preparing our minds for what's coming, man. We know a time like never before. And when you consider all the great tragedies that happened in world history, with the flood included, transatlantic slave trade, 1492, and niggas falling in a hole, and the Most High opened up a hole and close it back.
Right.
You see the flood, the Exodus, and many other, man, like they say, Mother Nature, things that happen in the earth, fearful, sighting, so on and so forth. Ain't nothing go compare. Put all them together like what we about to see in Jacob's trouble, man. And we go be here, like we be in the midst of it. Psalms 90, we go be in the midst of these things. But the Lord telling us to make ourselves ready for the battle, but we don't got nothing to worry about though, because one, as Peter said, thinking not strange, we being warned before it come. These people, they gonna be caught off guard. I think about if you caught off, I'm sure you'd rather get a warning if you're inside of a house and somebody tell you it's about to catch on fire. I'm sure you'll feel more confident because you got time to escape, look for the exits. I know they close. You looking, you paying attention, you trying to see how to get out of there. As soon as that fire come, if you wasn't told, you would be caught off guard, not knowing where you Jacob be looking for the phone. People ain't gonna have no hope, and that's the times we coming in. But it says, "Make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth." Comfort's gone. We gonna have to go from here to there, real pilgrims, man. You ain't go better just come to our house, be comfortable, watch Netflix, sip your yarn, chill, play the game, whatever, right? Everybody will be like you see the Purge movies. Everybody on their own. That's the times we're coming into, man. And it is prophesied all over the scriptures, but you got it out.
Right, I appreciate it, brother. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:1. It says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you." And Paul is speaking to the believers, man. Those who are spiritually sober in the mind, man. Because they're truly watching for these prophecies, bro. It says, "For yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord cometh, that the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night." And how do a thief in the night come? He come unawares, man. When you least expect it, all right? That's how the thief come. Well, that's how Yahweh shall come. Time of a judgment coming, man. When you least expect it to happen, that's when it's gonna happen. It says, "For when they shall say peace and safety," right? oh, everything gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. This economic collapse. Don't worry, we're gonna bounce back. America always bounce back.
Right.
Trump make America great again. She ain't gonna bounce back, man.
Build back better.
Yeah, build back better.
That's that we would have healed Babylon. They trying to bounce back, but
no, sir. No, sir. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. You will not escape the death of the Lord if you're wicked, man. It's gonna be time for harsh judgment and punishment and death, man. Bloodshed, plagues, you name it, man. Teeth of wild beasts. This will prepare for the wicked, bro. And we've been warning Jake for a long time, man. All right? To repent and come back to your house by Shema Shah, but Jake don't want to listen. Jake want to talk about the Cowboys, man. And so because of that mindset and ignorance, the Lord gonna punish y'all. It says, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should not overtake you as a thief. Because we're watching continuously, man, these videos, these articles. We're looking forward to the day of Yahweh Shah. It says, ye are all the children of light, meaning children, basically, of Yahweh Shah. Children who have the truth, man, of the kingdom. It says, and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor darkness, right? We ain't bugged out like little Uzi Vert or Chief Keef, okay? Your auntie who bugged out. We ain't like that, man. It says, ye are all children of the light and children of the day. We are not of the night nor darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. Yeah, man. The rest of these people, they're in darkness, they're asleep, man. They ain't looking for your house by Shimon shot. They ain't looking for these prophecies going to pass, man. But we are. And everybody who's not watching will be caught unawares, man. And it's gonna be a terrible judgment for you, okay? Especially for a brother and sister in the faith. We're supposed to know better, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So if you'd be caught out there and sleeping bugged out, man, but the Lord not showing no mercy to you, brother. Okay? It's gonna be harsh, man. So take heed to what's going on around you. Go ahead, brother.
God. And man, I'm looking at this article. I'm just skimming through it, and the shit is pretty much a few news clippings on this one article that mentioned a couple things. And if you ain't got a specific part in here, I just kind of read the headlines over each section because that's news in itself, you know.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
So there's an article. Now I'll throw them all in the chat, you know, Lord willing, in a few. But from Zero Hedge, it says the food crisis of 2023 is going to be far worse than most people would dare to even imagine, right? Because it's a time like never before. Nobody never seen a movie on what Jacob's trouble really gonna be like, you know. But it says, I am trying to sound the alarm about this loudly as I can. The global food crisis continues to intensify, and things are going to get really bad in 2023. It says, as you will see below, 2/3 of European fertilizer production has already been shut down. Currency problems are causing massive headaches for poor nations that need to import food. Global weather patterns continue to be completely crazy, and the bird flu is killing millions of chickens and turkeys all over the planet. And on top of everything else, the war in Ukraine is going to restrict the flow of agricultural and fertilizer exports from the parts of the world,
right,
for time to come. You got it out?
No. I just agreeing, bro. Yeah, man. Russia and Ukraine are some of the top nations who export grain to the world, man. But it has been hot as of lately, bro. Okay? It's going to be real very soon. Go ahead, Doc.
Hold on. All right, so it says, I had a screenshot that. Just imagine all that on fire. You know? But it says, right, but there is no end to the war in sight. In essence, we are facing a perfect storm, right? As a woman in travail, it's all go hit at once. It says for global food production, and that perfect storm is only going to get worse in the months ahead. And I'll just read a little bit of each headline. So the first one says, global hunger has been on the rise for years, and the United Nations UN World Food Program is warning that we are heading for yet another year of record hunger. Next it says, in all my years, I have never seen hunger spread so rapidly. In fact, there are large numbers of people that are now facing starvation in the backyards of the United States, talking about Haiti. Right now, a whopping 2/3 of all fertilizer production capacity in Europe has already been shut down. There simply will not be enough fertilizer for European farmers in 2023. Another one. Meanwhile, the surge in U.S. dollar is causing immense headache for food importers all over the world. So the Federal Reserve is actually making a global food crisis worse by hiking rates. And it's another one. According to the Washington Post, more than 80% of the U.S. is facing troubling dry conditions. Right now, it says in the middle of the country, this has caused a horrific crisis for barge traffic along the Mississippi River. Are you going to speak on that?
Hey, look, brother. Anything happening in Mississippi is a good thing. anything bad happening in Mississippi, that's a good thing, brother. Mississippi can go to hell. Okay.
It's already out.
Huh?
I said it's already out. Shit.
Yeah, brother. Maybe how about you trying to protect all the electors, from the brothers there, make sure that they're in good case. But the rest of you niggas can go to hell. Yeah. All right. Mississippi is a terrible place, and I can wait till the Lord remove Mississippi from off the planet.
Straight up.
And that's hell, man.
Hell.
Okay, it's hell over there, man. Hey, look, Esau, Mississippi, I'm telling you, brother. If you want to meet a real Edomite, go to Mississippi, all right?
Yeah.
One of those backwood towns in Mississippi, those coverall, grizzlies, tobacco chewing Edomites.
Walking out of Piggly Wiggly, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Bro, yo, hey, look, I'm walking out of Big Star. Big Star?
That one yet.
Yeah, Big Star. Hey, look, Esau he's the devil, okay? Super racist, or he's a beast, man. In Mississippi, bro. Look, Mississippi is a terrible state. Mississippi #1 in obesity, I believe, and like diseases. It's a terrible place, man. So good for the drought being there, man. Okay? You people are terrible. Go ahead, Doc.
God, continuing on. It says, and thanks to the global bird flu pandemic, birds continue to die in staggering numbers as well. And it says, but if this is true, talking about Joe Biden says that the economy is strong right now. It says, so if this is true, then why are they so eager to have us eat bugs? And lastly, it says, unfortunately, right here, I was reading all the highlighted ones, but it says, unfortunately, there isn't going to be nearly enough food for everyone on the planet in 2023.
Man,
that's heavy, huh? It says, unfortunately, there isn't going to be enough food for everyone on the planet in 2023. And what's going to happen? Prophecy going to begin to unfold. Some people go be hungry, so they go run in their neighbor shit, man. They go run in the stores, And it says millions upon millions of deeply suffering individuals will soon be desperately hungry, man. Come on, man. But you got it, all right?
Desperately hungry, bro. 2 Ezra 15, man. Okay, I'm going to read verse 5, man.
Come
on. I know you read 14. I'm going to read verse 5, man. Desperately hungry, bro. You know what? I get Revelation first. Revelation chapter 6, starting at verse 7, it says, "And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, Come and see. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death and Hell." It says, "And death and hell follow with him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth." And the fourth part of the earth, talking about Babylon, man. It says, to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. Devil's coming, man. Hunger, death, beasts of the earth, man. It's gonna be real very soon. And it's gonna shock a lot of you people out there, man, because y'all can't see Babylon being in turmoil. What's happening inside of Sri Lanka, Haiti, these other poor countries, that's coming to America, just like the elder brother Ariella said, man. And once you experience hunger, all right, real good hunger, you know, so your stomach touching your back.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, then you're gonna know, man, this is not a game. And the prophets have been warning day in and day out. All right, day in and day out, y'all have not been paying attention, man. So when the Lord bring that harsh judgment and that death, your blood in your own head, because you refuse to take heed to the words of the scriptures, man, that being spoken by the prophets. Go ahead, brother.
Con, that was it on that.
Yeah, we close. Yeah, we close with this one.
Con.
We can kind of lay out.
Yeah, you got it, bro.
Yeah, just yeah. You see that the World War III thing there with a 007.
Con. You want to play it or to post it in the chat?
No, you can play it. You can play it. Then we close out on this. Folks.
So this from Dabu 7. I'll read it real quick. It says, a war of annihilation with Russia to be simulated during nuclear war games, dubbed Steadfast Noon.
This is Dabu 7. Today, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, aka NATO, has begun its military drills in preparation for nuclear war. Now, they have American B-52 bombers that are going to be joining other aircraft in this big simulation, and they're going to simulate a war of annihilation with Russia. That's how they've put it. The war games are dubbed Steadfast Noon. They are scheduled to run through the end of October. Belgium is hosting the exercises, which will take place over the North Sea and the United Kingdom area. This is right off the coast of Belgium and in the waterways there between Belgium and the UK. So that whole territory they're going to be traversing, with some American aircraft taking off from bases in North Dakota. So they will be leaving here in the United States. Now, some say it would send the wrong signal to cancel this right now. Others argue the other way and say that it doesn't look good that we're trying to hold this nuclear exercise in the region with everything going on with Ukraine. Generals argue back that this is an annual thing and that they're not going to stop. It'll show weakness. And they say that as long as nuclear weapons exist, NATO will remain a nuclear alliance. Now, in previous years, we've had US B-52 long-range bombers taking part. We could have stealth. We could have a number of different aircraft and divisions taking part in this, in which they don't even name. There's 14 countries, up to 60 different aircraft, all participating in this exercise. So, again, Here NATO is flexing, launching a big drill here in terms of nuclear weapons, and it starts today. Join me for the live streams Monday and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern on Dabu 777. You'll find links below. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and Parler for live updates. Much love.
Dabu, eyes to the sky.
Right. Yeah, man. So that's the end game, brother. And a brief precept about the mind, brief precept about
Yeah,
that's the end game, man. Those missiles, okay? Those missiles are gonna be the final judgment of how much I was shot, man. And guess what? They ain't gonna touch the elect. They ain't touching the elect, bro. It's gonna touch the wicked of our people, man, and the heathen nations. But especially 2/3 here in Babylon the Great. You will be judged harshly by the Lord, man. All right, go ahead, Doc.
Can I read that brother BA precept real quick? Shalom, Mark. Psalms 91, verse 5 and 6. It says, "Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow, which is those missiles that fly by day." Verse 6. "Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday." And then in that title, it says, the missiles, the war annihilation with Russia to be simulated war games dubbed Steadfast Noon. You know, and hey, destruction that wasted at noonday. But anyway, you got it out.
Hey, yeah, man. Hey, look, they're gonna touch the elect, bro, and be pretty good in numbers, man. Okay, that's our hope. Our hope in this ministry is to be protected from the harsh judgments and the discretion that's coming down the pipe, man. All right? And so, brother, you ain't got nothing else, brother, so we close out. Though. We had a few more things to go into, man, but it get kind of late. We didn't expect to start this late. Some things happen through the spirit, man, but brothers, the brother posted a few things in the chat, things for you brothers and sisters to watch. A few videos here, man. Just check them out, but the most important things is to keep on watching and keep on praying, man. Keep doing those things in your everyday life. And, so watch the apostles, okay? Make sure you're reading and studying, brother, on your P's and Q's, so to speak. And just keep on enduring, man. Keep on enduring for the Lord, brother. And the Lord gonna bring forth the kingdom of heaven for our sake very soon, man. Hopefully. All right? So with that, man, brother, if you ain't got nothing else, we can close out now.
Come. That's it.
Yeah, so with that, man, I pray you brothers and sisters are edified. Once again, I'm going to give our praise and glory unto Yahweh, the abundance of the apostle of the great millstone, peace and blessings unto the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, man.